Once more, you are welcome to our video series on how to use the Scholar School Management System. Today, in the last video, I showed you how to record marks. In this video, I'm going to show you the step-by-step process on how to produce report cards and master sheet. Okay, this operation can be performed by the system administrator. You will enter your administrator username and your administrator password, and you click login. Once you are logged in, the first step will be for you to close, so they are done filling marks. So the first step will be for you to close either the term, the current term for which you wish to get reports about, assuming they are done filling all marks. And of course, you have to repeat this process whenever they modify given marks later on when they are done filling marks and they notice some ones missing or so. And you can know if all marks have been filled by getting a snapshot for a particular class in one go. Now, to know if all marks have been filled, you come to reports, okay? Status of records. Here, for example, for Form 1, I can take an academic year for the entire Form 1 if I want to know who has filled marks and who has not filled marks. I just click submit, and you see that in one snapshot. For biology, that's the name of the teacher in brackets. For sequence 1, filled, filled, filled. Sequence 4, right up to sequence 4. Sequence 5, filled. The ones that says NF, it means not filled. And you can call those teachers to fill those marks for those subjects. And their names are beside it. Now, when you are verified, if you notice somebody has not filled marks, you call them to order they fill it. Whenever a marks is modified after it has been filled, or after a session has been closed, you need to come to close session and close it again. So you come to academic year, you pick the academic year for which you wish to close the session for. If you don't do this, the results will not be very accurate. The statistics will not be very accurate. So you need to indicate to the system everybody is done filling marks for it to, recompute figures. So if you wish to close the session for the entire school, you can just pick the term year and say close session for all classes. However, if you wish to only close session for some specific classes, you come against that class and click close. And for that term selected up there, and selected here, that session will be closed. And here you see the statistics showing which sessions have been closed so far. And of course, if they modify any marks, you can always come and close it again to recompute the figures. That's how to close the session. Now, on how to get the master sheet, assuming the sessions have been closed, you come to Reports, Master Sheet. Now, on the master sheet interface, you see two options. The first option, similar filter, similar filter. In the first option, submit and display, saying slower, meaning you submit the master sheet and it will be displayed here on the screen before you can maybe choose to whether export it into Excel or into PDF format to print. You can also decide, which is a lot faster, instead of displaying it first, just say PDF direct, meaning it would generate a PDF file directly which you can send to the printer. So to illustrate, so I'll go and select an academic year for which I have data for. Then I pick, if you wish to produce the master sheet for the entire term, you can pick the term here. If you wish to produce it only for a particular sequence in that term, then you filter by the sequence for that in that term here. Make sure you pick the right term and the right sequence. The sequence you are picking must be within the term. Okay. If you are producing for the entire term, no need selecting the sequence. Leave the sequence like that. Don't select anything, and then you submit. So I've chosen the option of submit and display. So it's going to be displayed here on our browser. Good. So you see the statistics. Number set, the number that passed, the number that failed, the top best 3 students, the weakest 3 students. Then below, you can see the master sheet in full. It starts with a serial number, the name of the students, and it's ordered in order of rank within the term or within the sequence, depending on which one you selected. So you see the first student comes first, the second student comes next, the third student, and so on and so forth. Then the second column is the test showing sequence 1, sequence 2, first term. The subjects now are organized right up to through to the end, and then you see the overall average for the sequences and for the term, and then the rank. Now you see a remark. Normally, when we're entering marks for the interface to record marks, we saw that there was a place where you could put comments. That comment is per subject, according to which subject you are filling. Now, the remark here is overall remark on the result on the report card of this student. If you wish for it to appear, if your report card template in the system supports remarks, then you can enter the remarks here, and it's going to place these comments in the report card. And this is what you place overall for this student. Each box is against each student. You do that and it automatically saves in the system. If you scroll to the bottom of this sheet, you will realize that there is some statistics overall for the class, minimum average, maximum average, okay, and the overall class average. This is it here. Okay, you can get that information as well. This is usually very useful when the class council session and class council is in session to discuss the performance for a particular class. And of course, when the master sheet is printed, it's usually handed probably to the class master, the master of that class, or whoever is in charge of the class council session. Then to get the results, you go to class council. That is to get the report cards. You go to you pick the academic year, the class for which you wish to produce report cards for, you pick the term. If it's for the entire term, it's for a sequence in that term, you select the sequence to be specific. If it's for the entire term and you need all sequences to appear for that term, don't select any sequence. Then you specify the pass average. Pass average will mean all the average on which any subject below that average should be indicated in red on the report card as failed. However, any average on this value and above, okay, means that that subject is passed or the student passed the subject or passed in the report card. So when you have specified, if for example you're on 20, your school operates on a max of 20, then maybe 10 is an average. Or if you have had your class council decision and decided that, okay, based on how tough the academic year and the challenges that were faced, maybe 8 should be considered, then you put 8 here instead. It means any marks 8 and above considered pass. Anybody with average 8 on 20 and above is considered passed. Anybody below that is considered failed. If you decide, say 12 is the average, yes, you put it here. If you're on 50, you might decide that 50 on 100 is the pass average. You put it there. So I'm going to put 10 and submit. You'll get the same statistics you had, but now it will include the best male student, best female student, the weakest male student, the weakest female student, and the class average overall. At the bottom here, you see the results, number on roll 52. You can now print per person. You can click either on the name of the student or you can click on print on the print column against that name to get the report card out. So that is how to get the report card. It will generate it in PDF. You can download and send to the printer and the printer will print it out. Of course, if you decide to change your mind, you can modify this value, resubmit, and it will recompute and present a new report card with a change in pass average. Thank you very much and see you in the next video.